everybody to ACG, where we're just a couple gamers. It's your boy Smooth, and we are back with another episode of War Elite. This is taking a look around the city. We did this once before, but when I say a city, guys, there's so much to see, so much to explore, so much just to look at, really. I want to give this game the credit that it deserves, give the developers the credit that they deserve when they created such a magnificent looking game. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to look at it. But first, we got to go ahead and get this into the community so that way we can get everybody in here. Alright. Hope everybody's having a beautiful, beautiful Saturday. I know I am. I missed you guys. But this also gives me a moment to thank our sponsors at iFun. Thank you so much, iFun, for sponsoring this content and all War Elite content on this channel. We really appreciate your partnership and everything that you do for the gaming community, so thank you. We can go ahead and jump right into it. I just want to make sure that I got the live chat up, just in case people want to pop in here. By the way, guys, I'm going to have some more giveaways for you guys. Some more gift codes to get you guys some free packs. Don't you worry about that. Working on that as we speak. So next time we go, I would say probably for our Tuesday live stream, we might have it. Have to check with our sponsors first, but yeah, very excited. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look around the city, shall we, guys? We looked at a lot of stuff here. We looked at a lot of stuff on our home base, but one of the things that we didn't look at, private airport. Now, this right here, guys, to me is one of the coolest features of the game, simply because I can just send my planes out, and they'll explore the city, and they'll give me gifts, right? Like telescope, clear 10 times 10 fog area anywhere on the map. What we got? Blue commandment manuals. So every time we check out a new location, so we got a drug house here, we're getting speed ups, we're getting banknote, we're getting soldiers. They're giving me free, and get it, they're only tier 1 melee soldiers, but they're still soldiers. We're getting free troops just from going to all these drug houses and exploring the map. So we're getting so much stuff. XP books, speed ups, resources, I mean, you name it. We just got 50 more troops right there. Guys, this is cool. This is definitely one of my favorite parts about the game. And I don't know how long I can do this for. So I'm glad we stopped right here because we have an abandoned mine. And one of the things that I want to explain to the new players is that these abandoned mines, they have many uses, right? And we're going to go ahead and click on this here. The abandoned mines are relatively safe, neutral areas. They are distributed everywhere outside of the cities. You can hide inside the abandoned mines to avoid enemy attacks. Remember, abandoned mines are neutral areas where fighting is prohibited. So, essentially what happens is, I'll show you guys. You click on it, click explore, and then you decide how long you want to set your troops there to hide in those mines. But when you collect your troops, or when they come home after the time is up, they will come back with rewards. That's right. So not only can you send your troops here to stay safe while you're sleeping, but when you log back in, your troops will have found rewards inside the abandoned mines. Very cool. So what is this? Mercenary bases. Mercenary troops are entrenched in the mercenary warehouse. Defeating them allows you to scavenge supplies. Dispatching heroes to occupy mercenary warehouses can obtain construction resources and hero upgrade resources. So again, something else to kind of discover on the map, and also get you resources. Alright, so let's go back. I just want to prepare for it. Okay. So as you can see, we can do that. You can see all of these gifts here. Look at this. Look at all these. It says, the recon aircraft found a drug house with a bunch of gangsters. Maybe we can help them get through the hard times. Alright, in-depth investigation. Investigate these buildings carefully. I have a feeling you'll find lots of supplies in them. Drones can reach the destination directly while revealing the fogs on either path. Drones are not limited by unknown areas. Interesting. Definitely interesting. All right, so let's do this. Gang activity spot. All right, so we're going to send a plane to the gang activity spot. Damn, that thing is hauling ass. Damn, that thing is hauling ass. All right, so this thing is going to explore the city for us. Very cool. What are we going to see along the way? I have no idea. Oh, we're flying over some kind of lake. This is cool. Oh no, we lost our music. Can't have that. I refuse to not have music. That's weird. Alright. Yeah, so we are discovering the city, guys. So I did just see looks like some gold mines. That's the other thing too about this game. You can actually mine gold. Like most games, they're not going to give you, like if they're selling something in the store, like gold bars, right? So they allow the players to buy gold bars. Most games are not going to allow you to mine those items that they're trying to sell you in the store. But with this game, that's the case. We're flying over another lake. I love that. I wish you could see like boats going across the water. That would be dope. Yeah, but so the fact that you can mine a resource that they put in the store to sell you, even though it's like not a lot, it's still awesome. Like, now how much you can actually mine, that's a question that somebody more experienced than I would have to tell you guys. I'm not really sure how much gold you can actually mine. Alright, so we'll be there in a minute. We got 1 minute left in our flight here. This is awesome, dude. You can even see the shadow of your plane on the ground. It's so sick. It says participate in 20 drug deals. What the hell is that? So oddly, I'm not really hearing much back from this new alliance that I'm in, this management. You guys saw me in one of my videos I did. I messaged everybody in management, including the leader, directly. And I've only heard from 2 of management. Okay, so those are the drug deals. Okay, excuse me. Alright, so let's go ahead and claim this. Set our auto rally. I'm going to show you guys what I mean. Alright, so here's the alliance leader. Sorry about that, guys. What is this? Alright, yeah, so the only people I've heard from is Samabi and 9 stars. I have not heard from Iron Man. I have not heard from Shruti, TKC, or MSN. Yeah, I haven't heard from any of them. We do have some sizable members here, but I don't ever see anybody talk. So it's kind of worrisome. It's kind of worrying me, the activity level. Because I was definitely expecting when I came over here for there to be just tons of activity, tons of people talking. They took over the server so quickly. It's actually very surprising and a little disheartening. I'm really hoping that the activity picks up. Let's see. wizard. Okay. Welcome to my alliance. Welcome. So we're getting members still. Hello, little family. You have a good weekend too. Morning. If you want to join me for my live streams, all are welcome to join Discord call. Okay, let's get back to the map, guys. All right, let's take a look. So we have a, what is this? Alliance Gem Plant. This is a resource building built by the Alliance. When your Alliance expands to a certain extent, you can send allies to build it. Resources can be collected quickly in the Alliance Resource Center, and your troops will never be attacked by any enemy there. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do some of our dailies really quick while we're on the map, and then we'll go ahead and take another look around the map. Yo, what's up? We got Jared in the house. How you doing, Jared? Thank you so much for joining, bro. Jared, so I believe you were in here on my first live stream back. I think you missed my second one, Jared. Did you miss my second one where I was messaging everybody in the family? Because I'm doing wonderful, bro. Thank you so much for asking. On my last live stream, I was trying to get to know all my new family members in the Alliance. Okay, yeah. Well, I did. I reached out to everybody, and there's some good news and some bad news. The bad news was that I didn't really hear back. I didn't hear back from the leader of the Alliance for whatever reason. But I see that he's been active. I did hear back from 2 people. So I'll show you the people that I did hear back from. Alright, so I've got Samabi. This is the consigliere of the family. He's like the second in command. And I did hear back from him. Very, very friendly guy. He was actually very interested in my sea battle group that I started, but nobody else was really interested. There's a 2. How is your English? Alright, so I did hear back from him. Which, that's cool, right? Because he's second in command. But the problem is that I didn't hear back from a lot of other people. I think I messaged like 6 people. The other person that I did hear back from, why is that doing that? Alliance, private. Why is it doing that? There it is, 9 stars. So 9 stars said, I also want to make 1 and 2 videos with you. I'm an experienced player, but not good in talking English. So like I did hear back. So I have 9 stars is saying he's interested in helping me make some content, but it's just that his English is a little bad, which that's not a problem. Sea battle coordination can be difficult. It's one of the issues, unfortunately. Yeah, I tried to figure out ways, dude. I've racked my brain and I've wrote things down and contacted devs and I've done a lot, bro, to try and fix that issue. I just gave up on that issue altogether because every single avenue I tried was a dead end. So again, though, it's good news and bad news. I did make some friends. I talked to 9 stars, talked to Samabi, but the activity level, not what I thought it was going to be. 9 stars is a good friend and has a few accounts. He's an OG and one of my good friends in the game. Nice, dude. I didn't know you knew 9stars. That's awesome. Yeah, it's very exciting, dude. I was very excited to hear back from him. And that would be awesome. I would love any help making content at all. Any help I can get would be great. So I do appreciate him. Shout out to 9stars. Shout out to Samabi. And shout out to Jared, bro. Thank you for that. Yeah, so I don't know exactly the extent of his English. If his English is as good as Smash's is. If that's the case, where he's his English is as good as Smash's, then that's perfect for me. Me and Smash did great content, I thought. But just as far as the activity level, man, I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm a little bit worried because when you look at the rankings, it's just this alliance. All the other alliances are dead. So if it's just this one alliance, and we've got, let's just say I'm gonna go with 60 actives. Most of them probably not as active as the other half. Let's say 30 really actives, and only 5 of them are talking, and it's the only alliance in the server that's active. Do you see what I'm getting at? I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm ready to do something crazy to shake things up, but I'm also like, I need help. That's where I'm at. There it goes. There's a guy with 7 farm accounts. I'm gonna tell you something that I shouldn't tell anybody. Okay? And don't make fun of me for this. There was a time when I played my first ever game similar to this called Godfather Family Dynasty. And I was so obsessed with that game. Bro, don't laugh at me when I say this. And I had no life. Keep this in mind. I had no life back then. I had like 30 farm accounts, and they were all juiced. Like, I legit had a notebook of farm accounts, Gmails, passwords, names of the accounts. Like, bro, it was bad. Like, people could not believe that they were all me. Like, when they were like, there's no way, it's gotta be like you and all your friends, like bro, it was bad, bro. Like, I look back at that and I'm like, what was I thinking? Anyways, dude, yeah. Actually, I believe the number was 26, to be exact. 26 farm accounts. When I say shake things up, the only way I would be able to shake things up in this server is if I was in charge. If we had active players that were talking to the point where they were actually going to listen to what I was saying, and then I got the devs on board, we could shake things up. One of the ideas that I have is essentially, I popped into your Godfather streams. It was cool. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. I'm not gonna lie, I missed that gang. Like, the gang of co-hosts that I had for that was beautiful. It was a beautiful time. But everything runs its course. Essentially, the idea would be a draft. You get all your active players, draft them onto random teams, and let all hell break loose. Whatever happens, happens. That's shaking things up. Because at the end of the day, if everybody who's active, and that's not a lot of players. And when I say active, I mean like actually participating in an event, actually looking at Alliance Mail, actually giving a shit, right? It's a very small number. But if you have all of these players sitting around waiting on server versus server events, every time server versus server comes around, you're going to have less and less of those active people. So let's say we had our second duel in the north. We had less people active playing that duel in the north. Okay, we'll wait for the third duel in the north to come around. Now we have less players, and then every time we're just sitting here waiting for that to come back around, eventually that number of active players that actually care and like know about the event and care about the event and all that, like there's gonna be nothing left. To the point where we're waiting on server versus, or we're waiting on duel in the north, and then you got 2 players, 3 players on each team. Like, I don't even want to talk about server 6, because that situation, not good. So this is the newest server. Something's got to happen. Essentially, something's got to pop off. Because I'm afraid to what's gonna happen if it doesn't. Well, yeah. So when I say random, so like the way we did it, was we did divide up the power simply like this. We had team leaders, team captains, and they were the most powerful players, and you split them up so they couldn't be on the same team. And you do that, and then you divide randomly all the rest of the players that are around the same power level, right? But you divide up the big power players, right? But you put them all into a server, and it's basically just a server transfer of all your most active players, and they got to be split up, and you let it run. Whatever happens. You let it run its course. But the way I'm looking at this right now is the same way I'm looking at every game that is exactly like this. And what I mean by that is there's a system in place, right? Okay, let's just pretend server just opened, right? As soon as the server opens, it's a mad rush. The first, let's say, 30 days to see who can become the biggest alliance, right? Yeah, everybody's poaching each other's players, everybody's taking territory, everybody's making, diplomacy pacts and stuff with each other. But at the end of the day, none of that matters except that mad rush to recruit and grow as fast as humanly possible. Okay? After that 30 days or so, when you start to look at the rankings and you go, oh, okay, so this alliance, they're double the size of everybody else. They're not slowing down at all. And they're recruiting now from all the smaller alliances, and they become the powerhouse. Okay? So that's what's happened. That's what's happened in this server. That's what happens in every server, right? All right, so let's keep talking about it. Okay, so once this number 1 alliance has all the power players, all these other alliances, 2nd place, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, 7th place, 8th place, you see it getting smaller and smaller and smaller until there's nothing left, right? Then what happens then? Well, now you've got stagnation. Now you've got 100 players bored with nothing to do. Nobody to compete against. This went from a war game to a farming game. Now, when that happens, stagnation level 3 hits. And what happens there is you start to do this, right? You start to look at the rankings and you go, I wonder what the other servers look like. And now what you have to remind yourself is that there are other servers. The issue is that those servers are older than this server, and those servers have been through stagnation levels 0 through 3. So they're past that. They're at the point where they're barely holding on. These other servers, right? Because server 6, 7, 8, they're old. They're past the point of redemption, coming back. Fixation, you can't fix it, right? Okay, so now you've got even the newest server in that stagnation point. So you have to ask yourself, what do you do? Do you do nothing and just let it play out until the last active player on each server is gone? Because that's what's going to happen. If you don't do something, that is like let nature take its course, right? Okay, so now then you get some guy like me who has these crazy ideas, and you're like, well, let's present it to the players, let's present it to the developers, let's see what they say. And some of the players are going to go, I don't want to do that because I've invested all my time and my money in the server, and I don't want to restart it, right? You get that. But you have to ask yourself, what's worse and what's better? Is it better to just let nature take its course? Sure, you get another 6 months to a year, sure. But that's 6 months to a year of nothing going on. There's nobody to fight, nobody to really compete against. It's just farming. You're collecting resources, and you might be doing like one research upgrade a day or something, right? You're waiting for you're not really doing anything. Or you shake shit up and you do something drastic, because even if it fails, it's better than what's going on right now. But if it doesn't fail, but if it works, then it was all worth it, right? So do you shake it up and risk something crazy, or do we all sit around for the next 6 months to a year? Jared says, if you look at server 5, you can see what happens. No one's there. Everyone there left because no one wanted the stagnation farming. The few there ended up migrating to new servers. That's what I'm saying. That's what it comes down to. You can't wait. You can't wait. If you think that waiting to see if cancer is going to go away is a good idea, well, you don't need me to tell you what happens if you do that. You got to cut it out as quickly as possible, right? Before you get to the next level of Yeah, man, something's gotta happen, and something's gotta happen immediately. Because when I look at where we are, and I know the work that was put into this game, and you look at the detail, and you see, like, when you look at the detail of this game and you see what it can, you know what it can be, what it could be, and you see the state of it, it's sad. It actually reminds me a lot of the town that I grew up in, right? Like not even me, myself, personally, but like if you look at like any of the cities that were thriving in like the 80s and the 90s, and then you look at them now, and you're like, you just needed the right people in place, and everything would look different, right? Like, you just needed that one really good governor that cared, right? or like that one mayor who made the right decision, or even companies. You look at some companies that you had respect for, or like you actually care, like you were like, yeah, it's a respectable company. And then like, years later they got greedy, right? And then like it just turned to shit. Yeah. Like this just needs one really good thing to happen to it to turn everything around. And I think the game deserves that. I think it's still salvageable, and it still looks better than the competition. It just needs it just needs a jump start. It's got a dead battery. Jared says, it would be weird with alliances and friends that have already been made if we randomly. It would be weird with alliances and friends that have already been made if we random draft. Right. So essentially it would have to be like a clean wipe. Everybody keeps their stats and stuff like that, but alliances get wiped. Territory gets wiped and reset. Yeah, because what I've noticed is, and I've been here in Server 9 watching since the beginning. The regular way of doing things, it's not working. Right? Like just the brand new start of a server, what you're getting is the same players from the older servers that were already the big dogs, already spent thousands and thousands of dollars. They're just restarting and spending money on a different server. And then once they have the lead, because they have the spenders, right? Once they have that, it's a monopoly. Then it's repetitive. It's the same thing. That's not working. Now, granted, the developer is going to say, well, that's the way we designed the game. That's the whole point. That's how the game is played. That's what the players want. Sometimes, not all the time, but just sometimes, you have to give people what they need instead of what they want. Let that sink in for a minute. Sometimes you have to give people what they need instead of what they want, because a lot of the times the things that they want are not what's best for them. Sometimes you have to give them what they need because you know what's best for them. Bro, a free-to-play only server that would be crazy. I would love to see that personally. I would love to see that in any game like this. And I know the developers, you're hitting them where it hurts. Like, right? As soon as you say free to play, the devs are like, I can't make any money like that. Sometimes, again, it's not about what you want, devs. It's about what your game needs. Right? But listen, guys, who am I? What do I know? I only play these games essentially, right? Like, what do I know? It's not like I am the mob father, right? It's not like I am the mafia game guru or anything. So what do I know? Why are you even listening to me? Matter of fact, let me end this stream right now. I'm tired of talking your ear off. I know you guys probably got other things to do. Jared, it was amazing talking to you, my man. Every time you come into my live streams, I feel like you are my co-host. So from now on, just everybody know Jared is a co-host. Matter of fact, add as a moderator. Jared, you are now a moderator. Jared says you make a great point. That server would reward active players rather. Money can come from ads. That's very true, bro. That's very true. Lethal says I'm making you some yoni foods. Thank you, babe. I appreciate it. He said partner with ad run booster pack. Yeah, man. I really appreciate you, Jared. Thank you so much, Lethal. And again, I just want to take 1 second to thank our sponsors at iFund for sponsoring this War Elite content and all War Elite content on our channel. We really appreciate you. And Jared says, I'm more than happy to join a stream sometime. I'll hit you up on Discord, brother. That I would appreciate that more than you would ever know. Just to even have you in the call, you don't even got to talk a lot if you don't want to. But I really appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who's been so supportive from the community. I would like to thank our admins and moderators at War Elite in the Discord. If you guys have not downloaded this game for either the Android store or the Apple Play Store, you guys can do that right now by clicking on the link in the video. If you guys are going to download the game, I would please appreciate it if you guys did download it from one of the links in our videos, because that's going to let the developers know that you found it by watching our videos, and that's going to help our content a lot. So thank you guys so much. We'll be back, what's today, Saturday, so we'll be back tomorrow, same time. That's 1 UTC or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are living in California, I love you. You're not alone. We're praying for you. And I hope that you guys can find solace in all of this. I am so sorry for all of the people who are affected by these wildfires in California. I'm going to try and get some type of donation link to put into the live streams from here on out. So that way, if people do want to donate, they can. And thank you guys so much for everything. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Take care, brother.